You might think being in close proximity to celebrities would be a pro, but let me tell you why it's a con. My name's Kevin Goldman, the chef realtor, born and raised in Calabasas. Let's get into it. So let's start with the pros. There's a lot of natural beauty in this area. We've got Malibu State Creek Park. In one of our previous videos, we talked about King Gillette Ranch, literally right across the street. Down that street, both directions, we've got Mulholland and Las Virgenes, leading to a lot of different cool natural scenery. You've got the history of Calabasas with Reyes Adobe right next to Sagebrush and Old Town Calabasas. Another pro would be, if you like shopping, the proximity to the village, the proximity at the commons. You've got some lifestyle stores that are there. There's an influx of some actually delicious food coming into Calabasas. The Mulholland just opened, Peddler's Fork. Happy to see Superba coming to Calabasas. The food is going to be delicious. Calabasas is in need of other restaurants to go to that are delicious, not just Shibuya. Another pro that a lot of people might not know is that Calabasas has some really good options for education. The private school option Viewpoint, another private school that is really directed towards performing arts, and I think that's called Muse. The public schools of Chaparral, Round Meadow, Bay Laurel, Lupin Hill, AC Stell, Calabasas High, even Agora High. And the cons of Calabasas. One of the cons is cost of rent is so extravagant and so exorbitant for commercial properties. A lot of places weren't able to survive just because of the cost of rent, because it's Calabasas. The exorbitant rent for small mom and pop businesses is unfortunate because they're not a marmalade, they're not a sugar fish that has the consistent business income from all the other properties to help offset if they're slow 1 month. When everyone thinks of Los Angeles, first off, or California, they think the weather is amazing. And don't get me wrong, it is. I love it. I love the sunshine. I love the ability to have access to outdoor recreation. But with that, we don't unfortunately get enough rainfall and it dries out a lot. Once those Santa Ana winds hit and the weather gets drier, all that static electricity, laser beams coming from space, whatever it is, there's unfortunate times when there's some pretty gnarly fires. That's one of the definite cons. I've seen so many more fires than earthquakes that have caused damage. And watch, as soon as I'm done saying that tonight or right now, there's gonna be some crazy fucking earthquake. There's so many people that are just obsessed, absolutely obsessed with celebrity. Is it a con? I went to school with some celebrities, kids, grandkids, nephews, and I don't have really a negative thing to say about any of them. They're just people. I remember when the Kardashians first started becoming famous, they had their dash and it was right next to Shibuya. And I'd be sitting there waiting to go eat sushi and there would be carfuls of girls driving into Calabasas just so that they could say they went to dash. It's just sad, the obsession. With that obsession comes a lot of people that come into the community and either causes traffic or causes unnecessary attention. The overall feeling in Calabasas, to me personally, is everyone is trying to one-up everyone. Kind of goes back to that saying, comparison is the thief of joy. And I would say that that's kind of alive and well in Calabasas. So those are just a couple pros and cons that I've managed to come up with being a born and bred Calabasasian. Whether you're born and raised, you live there, or you've never lived there, let me know what you think some pros and cons of Calabasas might be. By the way, what do we call ourselves? Do we call ourselves like Calabasites, Calabasians, Calabasasians, Calabas holes? I'm sure there's a lot of people that might call us that. What do we call ourselves?